Getting emotional about emotions. Mind-blowing. Hey everybody, the Casual Movie Guy has finally returned. And for my short amount of viewers who regularly watch my videos, I thank you for sticking with me, and I truly do apologize for not uploading a lot of videos lately. I was in Europe for 2 weeks, so I wasn't able to see any movies, which means thus far I couldn't upload any new reviews. But I am back, and I am starting out with a bang with Pixar's new movie, Inside Out. This movie, straight out the bat, is freaking fantastic. I loved it so much. It stars Amy Poehler, Lewis Black, Bill Hader, Mindy Kaling, and Phyllis Smith as the emotions inside of Riley's head, and just fantastic voice acting all around. Each character fit the bill perfectly. I wouldn't have picked any other voice actors for any of the emotions. They did such a fantastic job of voicing their characters, and that is the best gift ever in a movie that is animated. You want the voice acting to be fantastic, and it was. Now, if you don't know the story of this film, it follows the young girl Riley and the emotions inside of her head. You have joy, fear, sadness, anger, and disgust. Like I said, all voiced perfectly, but you basically have three different storylines in this film. The main plot in this film is you have joy and sadness who get lost from the rest of the emotions, and they get thrown out of what's called the headquarters, which is basically Riley's brain, and you follow their story as they try to get back to the headquarters and get back into Riley's head. You also follow anger, fear, and disgust as they try to kind of hold the fort over while Joy is away, because Joy basically runs the whole shenanigan. She's the main character. She runs everything in Riley's brain, makes sure everything is working great, and with her loss, they try to scramble to get things in order. And you also follow the character of Riley as she moves into a new city. She's dealing with all the issues of being an 11-year-old, along with moving to a new city, dealing with family problems, and there you have your story. Now, in a film that has separate storylines, it can get kind of jumbled up, and one can kind of overshadow another, and this film doesn't do that at all. Each different storyline I was intrigued by, so when one ended or one was frozen and you followed another one, I was intrigued in that. Each storyline kept me so interested and invested into the storyline, and it just so great. Probably my favorite one was Joy and Sadness trying to get back to the headquarters, because it was just funny. They went to all these great cool places inside Riley's head. The visuals of inside Riley's head looked fantastic. Pixar did a truly fantastic job this time with the visuals. They looked so crisp and clean and beautiful. There were such vibrant and elaborate colors. I just loved looking at it. I kept my eyes glued to the screen the whole time. But like I said, all the storylines truly are fantastic. They are funny, they're interesting, and probably the one that deals with the most emotion and has the most emotional impact is the story of Riley, because you're seeing all the things going wrong inside of her head, but you're seeing the aftermath and effect of it in the real world with Riley, and that was awesome to watch. It truly was interesting, and I loved watching every second of it. And one of the best things that Pixar always does is it manages to make a kids movie, or as their, self-proclaimed kids movies, but they tackle adult issues as well. Each character in this film felt realistic, and they all have their own problems to deal with. You had the dad who is dealing with moving into a new city as well. He has a new job. He's trying to keep his kids happy, but he's trying to maintain the father figure that he needs to be. You have the mother who is struggling to keep her marriage alive. She's struggling to keep happy. And she also has to take care of her daughter and be a mother. And then you have the daughter, and it's just all blends together so perfectly and creates such a fantastic story, and I wasn't bored with a second of it. I wanted to keep continuing because I loved every second of it. Like I was saying, this film manages to tackle issues that are for kids, for adults, for teenagers. Every single age group, when they go into this movie, can be affected and have an emotional connection to it, and that just makes this film so much better. Along with the great visuals, the great story, it tackles real world issues with real people, and that makes a completely satisfying and amazing film. If I'm going to give this movie a score, I'm going to give it a very, very strong 10 out of 11. For those of you who are being dumb and saying, oh, this is just a kids movie, I'm too old for kids movies, grow up, alright? It's a fantastic film, and you will like it. I promise you. You will have a great time with it. If you love films like Toy Story, Wreck-It Ralph, if you love all those types of films, you will love this one. I'm 17 years old, and I had a great time. And this movie made me feel like a kid again. I had so much fun with it. I was laughing constantly. There's jokes for kids, jokes for adults, and like I said, this movie is for everyone. You will love it regardless if you're 5 or if you're 50. You will love this film. I loved it. There's nothing else I can really say. I love this film. I can't wait to see it again. I'm the Casual Movie Guy. If you want to hear more from me, you should definitely hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 100 by the end of the year. Fingers crossed. Help me get to it. Come on. Other than that, make sure to like this video, check out some of my other ones, and I am out.